Podcast number 3.
That is a trilogy.
We're keeping it
Let's finish it here. 3 amazing podcasts.
Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoy the podcast.
Wait, no, we still got to do this
Oh,
podcast.
fucking hell. Alright.
Oh, did you
I'm
not
joking.
get the memo?
No. I'm up for it. We both are quite tired today.
Yeah.
We were supposed to do it yesterday.
He's had a long day at work. I've had a long day doing nothing.
I've been looking after the house.
I was editing a video.
Yeah. Coming Friday. I feel like we say that every time.
The video I edited today will already be out by the time this comes out.
Yeah.
Little sneak peek behind the curtains there.
Yeah. It's weird how it works, isn't it?
Yeah.
How we're planning.
I'm trippy.
It's good.
This Friday it will be the music video.
It will. I'm very excited. We haven't even filmed it yet. But it will be up. No.
It will be up this Friday when you're watching this.
Yeah, it'll be up Friday.
Guys.
I feel like we say that every time.
Yeah.
But it's good. We're keeping a schedule, which is good.
Never done this before, have we? So
No, another video coming up. I know I messaged you about it today. I was given a assignment for college, which they gave it to us quite a short notice. I didn't actually get given it because my address is still at our old house.
Oh, right.
Yeah, we lived that. But it was a video essay. Well, it's not a video essay. We've got to do like a research file, if you like, on multi-camera productions, which I've heard I listen to a lot of Josh Peck's podcasts, and they speak about it quite a lot.
Really?
It's like The Big Bang Theory and Friends, and that sort of like a TV show, like Question of Sport, those sorts of productions.
It's Big Bang Theory multicam.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they have a live audience there.
Oh, okay.
That
It's
sort
not a
of
laugh
thing.
track. It's
No.
got to be a laugh track.
Well, yeah, sometimes it
because
is.
an audience wouldn't laugh that much.
No, but like, yeah, but it's still a live audience. It's
Right.
Yeah, you can go it's more of an attraction, I think,
Okay.
than an actual laughing. They don't need people to laugh.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. It's been running longer than Friends. It's final season now, 12 seasons.
That's crazy.
I know, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's my assignment. So I'm going to make it into a video essay, and I want it to go on this channel because I feel like it would be quite a good. I want to make it quite a good video.
Is it going to be another animation?
Yeah, sort of. Yeah. So it might take a while.
Yeah.
But I feel like the reason my bits of the Logan Paul video took a long time was because I was using my old PC, not this laptop that I have now.
Oh, okay.
So, well, at the moment I have now. So I feel like I can just smash it out and get it done. And I'm not going to make it as complex as the Logan Paul video. So it should be good. I'm looking forward to it. Stay tuned for that. I feel like... Sorry. Bloody Lucas there, I tell you. No, but I feel like a lot of people might be interested in that, or it fits in with what we're doing.
It will slot right into that video essay playlist.
It's a portfolio. Isn't it,
Portfolio.
at the end of the day. So
That word always
I
catches
passed
us out.
first year of college, Scott.
Well
I
done,
got
man.
my results through.
Ooh. Oh.
No, but I didn't actually give it my full attention. Haven't been in education for 3 years. I thought I was going to fail, and I got a distinction merit.
Nice.
So you get pass, merit, distinction, merit, distinction, and then like distinction star, distinction, and distinction star.
Oh, right.
So I got like the third high, which is
So
like
like a
it's like an A minus.
Oh, really?
Because you think about it, A minus, A and A star. A, because I still have a bit of distinction in there, which is like an A.
So,
Merit, which is like A minus.
sure.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say it's an A minus.
Yeah.
It has distinction on there, so I'm down. I'm good.
It's a good word, isn't it? Distinction.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it. Mate, I was expecting fail, so I was pleasantly surprised.
That's good. Mm-hmm. That's a good start.
Yeah.
Then next year.
Oh, mate, that's why I want to do the video essay. I want to smash it out.
Yeah.
I want to make it really, really good. I want to be above everyone else. I really want to give it my full attention. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome,
I am looking forward to going back to college. So, enough about me. Anything happened in your life?
Literally nothing. But something did happen.
Something did happen.
Saturday night. We're recording this the Tuesday after the KSI versus Logan Paul fight. We watched it together.
We did. Could we just say, first of all, we got the stream up. Scott paid the stream with Jalen, our friend, because I couldn't afford it. Well, I could, but I had to have food money. And we got it up on the laptop. We connected it.
Yeah.
And then, sort of midway through the undercards, we looked at the. It was a good bit of the undercards now, so we didn't want to cancel the stream. So we went on the laptop, 'cause I think it was like buffering.
Yeah, we wanted to like pause it to let it buffer for a bit so it would stop like pausing midstream.
And then the stream just isn't playing. It has like the big play button. So I exited it so I could go like...
You literally closed the whole page.
Closed the whole internet at one point. But it was still playing. It was so odd.
A phantom stream.
And I don't know why we didn't like sort it out before the actual Logan Paul fight, because it was buffering the whole time a little bit, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But
we were too scared to touch it, weren't we?
Yeah. Especially like midway through the fight.
Yeah.
It was a crazy evening. It was 6 hours, that stream.
Yeah.
Went like that.
I was thoroughly entertained.
So was I. It was worth the money, even though I didn't pay for it. But 6
You hosted
million.
it.
Mate,
so.
there were 5 million viewers on the actual stream. That's £6. I mean, 30 like
That's a lot of
5
money.
or something million pounds off of that one stream.
Yeah. They've made bank off it.
Like, not even the tickets. Oh, mate. So.
What was your fight of the night?
Apart from KSI and Logan Paul, because that was the most hype, I think it was...
Well, if that's your fight of the night, then...
Well, no, because I really, really enjoyed Deji's one, I think. Just because, like,
Oh, really?
he smashed it, Deji. He really did. I was really, really happy
Surprised
for him.
a lot of people, didn't he?
Huh?
Surprised a lot of people.
Yeah, 100%. And like, I remember getting up and like being like, "Yes, come on." And the fact Jake Paul is just bleeding, it was just nice to look at. So, but they both did well.
See, I thought you were going to say Jay versus Gid.
I mean, yeah, but again, it's the hype of the other fights that just overcomes it. What about you?
Obviously, KSI versus Logan was a bit nutty.
What's your take on it?
What do I think the result should have been?
Yeah, do you think it should have been a draw?
Yeah.
Same. I don't know why everyone's so like on their fucking getting so like raged up about it. Like, it was a draw. If you watch the fight, the first 2 rounds, Logan fucking dominated. Like, literally was about to knock KSI out. If anything, Logan should have won.
Yeah.
But KSI got something like 36. No, a lot more. Like, a lot of hits in the...
I want to be cautious when I give my verdict because I don't really know anything about boxing. But from what I do know, it looked like first 2 rounds were Logan's by a mile.
Yeah.
Then third round was JJ. And the 6th round was definitely JJ's. Oh no, the 4th round and the 6th round definitely go towards KSI.
Yeah.
Then the 3rd and the 5th were sort of on
Yeah,
par.
yeah.
I think KSI might have just edged the 3rd, and I think Logan might have just edged the 5th.
Yeah, but the thing is, right, even with those first 2 rounds of Logan dominating, KSI hit much better hits. Like, sure, Logan Paul hit a lot more, but they were jabs. They were good jabs,
Yeah.
but every hit that JJ had was a hard hit. It
But
really
I think
was.
the counter to that would be when Logan hit, it was a lot more accurate, whereas KSI's was like quite wild.
Yeah, he is really wild. I don't know why we've all been thinking he's like an elite boxer.
I know.
If you're watching boxing, he is just like that.
Yeah, definitely in that fight. Well, I think he had to do that to overcome. He just became like this sort of animal.
Like that,
He turned it into a fight rather than a boxing match, and he needed to do that to get past Logan's
Logan's
jab.
Logan looked. Sorry, I'll tell my phone
Turn
was
that
silent.
bloody phone.
Logan looked fucking scary. Like, was went in the first rounds and he was just like hands down and just quick like that. And
dominated him completely.
Oh, he was so big.
Yeah, and when he was like laughing at him,
Yeah. Oh, mate.
I was like, I was sure KSI had made a mockery of himself.
What do you mean?
Like, I just saw like On Point, all the Chloe Bennett stuff, all coming back, and I was like, "You absolute tit! You cannot lose like this."
I didn't think any
And
of
then
that when I was watching.
fair play to him. He showed a lot of grit to get back into that fight. So I thought it was over after those first 2 rounds.
I think Vidal
completely counted back.
literally like you can see
The way Vidal came into the ring after the 3rd,
Yeah.
it was.
I said in that 3rd round straight away, I was like, JJ's got it. He literally has it. Because any fighter then in the third round would have just crumbled and kept doing the same thing.
Yeah.
But you saw JJ switch it 100%.
To...
But yeah, it was good. What I don't get is that people saying it's fixed.
Yeah, right? I don't buy into that.
Because I said this to you earlier, Simon Miniminter made a really, really good point in his video about it. If they wanted to make money, and if they really, really wanted to like drain all the money out, they would have let either KSI or JJ win. So there'd be one winner. There'd be a rematch. Then the other person would win. And then there'd be a third match where it'd be a decider. There's only going to be another fight, one more fight of this. Because it's a draw, and it cannot be another draw. It might be another draw.
I think,
but that wouldn't make sense.
That would be very unlikely.
If they fixed it, they wouldn't have two draws.
Yeah.
If they do have two draws, it's even more real.
And a draw is such an unlikely result in boxing.
Exactly. And I think as well, I said to you on the night, KSI now knows so much because KSI knew nothing about Logan, right? So now he knows that he's got to slip. That's all they'll be doing. They'll all be literally fighting like Logan. They'll have him trying to slip jabs like that. They'll have him trying to be more accurate. And yeah, I don't think the stamina was an issue either. I think that's fine.
Yeah, KSI definitely had the stamina, which would surprise a lot of people with Logan being the athlete in the fight.
Yeah. But he did show a lot of athletic traits in that fight.
Yeah, I also think...
So quick.
With the rigged thing, I think Jack May tweeted it. He was like... for it to be rigged, they'd have to be really good actors, and if you've seen their movies, they're definitely not.
Yeah, literally, like none of that was acting. I
mean,
the Chloe Bennett shit, like that's not an act.
Yeah,
like it wasn't real. You saw the text about it not going to that point, and then it going to that point. Mind you, that could have all been said. I don't mean it, but I'm going to say it. But at the same time, you can just tell, mate. You can just tell.
Yeah, I feel like you get a vibe for these things, but. Who knows? We could be really gullible. I do think, though, there was always going to be a second fight.
Yeah, obviously.
But I don't think the result was the factor as to whether there was or not.
What do you mean?
I feel like there was always going to be a rematch.
Yeah, the result didn't have a part to play in it.
But yeah, whether it was a draw or not, I don't think that would have affected it.
I just don't like...
And the fact it was a draw, I'm actually glad there is a rematch. But if one of them won and then there was a rematch, I'll be like, oh, they're just basically doing it for money.
Yeah. But they have to have a rematch.
It has to be a winner.
There's no, I don't know, there's no question. There will be one, obviously. But I don't get people as well that are slagging it off.
Yeah, I know.
Like, slagging his fight off. And saying, oh, look at these two, like, YouTubers boxing, it's just so shit. It's like, just look at it, it's Manchester Arena, it's packed. Like, it looked like a proper fight, all the audience and stuff, it just looked so I thought it was going to be empty. Really? In all honesty, yeah. I thought the flat bit would be there and it'd be, like, dotted crowds. Like, I was anxious for it, because I didn't want it to be mugged off. But it was packed, it was so fucking sick. And these guys aren't young; they're not kids. Like a lot of KSI's audience are like our age because we have grown up with him. So I don't understand why people are slagging it off. I think it's so sick.
Just brings more eyes to the sport.
Exactly.
And at the end of the day, it's just entertainment. And people, I think people will get annoyed when KSI is saying that he wants to go pro and stuff, because that seems.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Like, why can't he go pro? He's not just said, I want to go pro. Like, it's happened naturally, and he really likes it.
Because he's beaten Joe Weller, and then thinks, like, it's this easy to get into boxing when it's not.
I think after this, he's realised it's not that easy. But at the same time, Vidal said it, or I think it was KSI said it in the podcast of Geordie.
I did see Vidal.
He said, if this is, like, you can go pro, but that's not, like, pro boxing.
Yeah.
Like, you can be pro, and like, anyone can be pro, he said, more or less. Like, you'll still be fighting in like small arenas and stuff. It doesn't mean you're like Anthony Joshua. That's like elite. Pro just means you're doing it professionally. It's not like being a pro footballer. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd say it's been more like being semi-pro footballer. Oh, I know. No, but like all the #United players, they're semi-pro. They're not semi-pro footballers. Do you know what I mean? They're not. Half of them are not. Like, they shouldn't be. But they're in football league, so they are semi-pro. Same with what KSI wants to do. I think a lot of people just look at that and think, oh, you're doing this, you're doing that. Just fucking let it happen. the fact is, if that event went on and there were no one would say anything about it. If you said it to someone, nobody would have an opinion about it. The fact it's big, people were just trying to be negative about the whole thing. I think it's piss poor. I think
the lesson we should learn from this is if you don't like it, don't watch it.
Exactly. I said that to you, didn't I?
Yeah.
Because somebody messaging you
like,
it's
not hurting anyone, is it?
Isn't it? That's what I mean.
Well, it's hurting them, but
yeah, but no one would. That's what I mean. No one would care if it didn't get views.
Well, I was thinking we should introduce a segment of the show
Oh God.
of stories at the old house.
Oh my God.
You know, every week or so we can
Just another story.
chuck a story in.
I've got a good story.
I don't want to peak too early, but what story are you thinking of?
Like, it's not a big story. It's just a little taster. So basically, like, I had a weird.
Leave names out.
No, I know it's you.
Oh.
I had a weird obsession with like pissing people off, and like when they showed a little bit of annoyance, like I just couldn't stop. And I look back now and I'm thinking like annoying little prick. Like I don't know what I was doing, but I just can't stop. And I don't know. There's a time where I was pissing you off really bad. I don't know what I was. Can't remember what I was doing. And then like you were in the bath. Do you remember?
Oh yeah.
And I like opened the door and like started filming you in your bar, and you got so pissed off.
Is that the most angry you've ever seen me?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't take it seriously. That's what I mean. It wasn't even funny. No one was actually laughing.
Yeah. Yeah. You like came in and then left, and I like got out, put a towel around, and was like came into your room. And I was like, something's got to change.
Really? I don't remember that bit.
I was like, yeah, something's got to change now because I can't deal with this.
I don't blame you. I was a fucking cretin. Like seriously, I was weird. It was a weird stage in my life. I was still finding like myself. And I said to you after, I was like the Logan Paul. I wasn't a bad person, but I was just a prick. Do you know what I mean? So,
yeah.
Do you have any little stories you want to tell? Because that's the one, when I remember like me being a knob. That's why I think.
I've got a good story actually.
Go on.
It's when you were working for that insurance company.
Oh yeah.
And I'm in bed, you know, I didn't have work that day, I'm all snuggled up, and then I just hear.
I know what you're gonna say.
And I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake! I sit there and just listen to it for ages. I'm like, no one's gonna get that. Okay. And then I went down.
So
I was
bad.
sure it was just a neighbour that'd be pissed off with us for being too loud, or someone's put their car somewhere, or I didn't know what it was, but I was sure it was a neighbour. And I answered the door, and it was Dan's brother.
Oh my God, no.
And I'm like, oh, you're right, Alex. And oh, it's Dan here. Like, yeah, he's just.
Bear in mind, it's like what? It's
10 o'clock?
Yeah, 10 o'clock in the morning.
And I was like, yeah, he's in his room. He's like, right, okay. Well, he's not gone to work.
Oh, this cringes me out. I'm so scared.
And then he like storms upstairs to go to your room. I follow him. And he was like, is he in there? And I was like, I don't know. You had to check. And then he like whips the door open and like, there he is.
And he like chucks the phone. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I was so sound asleep. I was like, oh, I was seeing him. And I knew as soon as I opened my eyes, I was like.
He was on the phone to your mum, wasn't he?
But,
and then it's like, you could talk to him.
Like I knew what was happening.
And then
it was.
Yeah, I just heard you and
I'm
your
sure
mum.
I had to sleep
like,
just
yeah, I know, Mum. It's all going in now.
Do you know what it is, right? When you wake up and you're late for work. And I've never been, apart from Domino's, in a place that is easy about being late. Like this place is how I got sacked. It was so like I don't know why I just said, oh sorry, I was really ill, I just didn't wake up.
What did you tell him?
I told him my car broke down in a Tatsfield Lane. And I had to like
at 10 o'clock you decided to call. What time are you meant to be in?
So late, 9. Which looking back was late. I start at 8 now. But anyway, yeah. And I don't like the feeling is genuine fear. Like this morning I slept through all my alarms and all I hear in my dream is like a dog. And it's like And I'm like, I wake up like this, and I just see Barney barking. And I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah,
mate.
shit.
But it was only 10 minutes. It was like 7:10. I wake up at 7. So
Okay.
I just didn't shower. I showered just now. So, but yeah, it's the fear is horrible. And then I went in and like everyone was asking, but I knew they were taking the piss. They're like, so where'd you break down then? And I was like, but like, they weren't saying it like that. They were saying like genuine, like, oh, so where did you break down? Like just
right.
genuine. So yeah,
You're like,
yeah, I always told a few people like,
yeah.
you know, but it was horrible.
That was funny
It's
in
horrible.
hindsight.
Yeah, and I remember Jalen just being like, Dan, you're gonna lose your job. And I was like, nah, don't worry about it. Nah, I'll wing it.
Yeah.
To be fair, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. But still. Oh, man. That's a horrible memory. Like, I blocked it out. I block it out. Horrible.
I didn't.
The feeling is just...
Mate, there's plenty more horrible memories to come from that house.
What other little memories?
Well, we've got to save it for
One more.
little teaser. Where do I
It's interesting
start?
hearing it from you. Because...
What my perspective of it all.
Yeah. I just knew everyone hated me in the house.
Oh, when you
always
nearly
me.
hit a kid.
Oh God! But I didn't. Right. So we live in this place. We lived in this place. It's like a road, and it's like
Got a dead end.
yeah, it's got a dead
Is it
end.
close?
Yeah, and we're right at the end. So like I'm going down, and it's on a hill. It goes like on a slope like that, and we're like here, and like the start of the road's here. So we're down here. I'm coming down this road, and this kid just comes out from behind a parked car. There's
With his
parked
little
cars on either
tricycle.
side, on his little tricycle. And I don't brake because I'm not actually accelerating. I'm going like 25, 30 miles an hour, maybe a little bit faster. But no, I wasn't going that fast because there were cars parked both sides. And I didn't need to brake. I knew I wasn't going to hit him. I didn't actually get anywhere near him.
I think you steered a bit out of the way as well.
Yeah, but I think I made like a hand gesture.
Like, what's he doing?
Yeah, something like that.
Because his parents were on the
other
pavement
side
as well,
and
weren't they?
the parents saw that. And therefore, they started having a go at me because I nearly hit their kid. And so I hear like, it was like I'm driving, and it's like no. Before that, it's like
really?
it's like
Oh yeah,
I'm driving, and I'm like,
yeah. I remember.
yeah,
and she's like,
dickhead. I was like, you seriously having a go at me? Like your kid just ran in front of my car, and you're having a go at me. Anyway, we're in the house, so I don't know why I'm telling it. You tell it.
I can't even remember, honestly. You're probably better
We were
off
just
than
crowded
me.
around in the
But
kitchen
were
talking
we
bollocks.
in the living room?
Somewhere, kitchen or living room.
And then there's just a knock on the door.
We're like, no one can answer.
And then I think, did we look out the window first?
Yeah, there's a van
Oh, yeah.
parked outside, like on our. Like,
So does that mean they
drive?
drove their van from across the road to
Yeah, they
our
wanted to the
drive?
car. They had their dog there as well.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember? They had their fucking dog there, and it was like pulling on the
And
lead.
I think everyone just looked it down and went, you can go answer that.
Yeah, so I answered it, and
It was it two blokes and the woman?
yeah, and he was like, "Do you realise how dangerous your driving is?" And I was like, "Sorry, what?" Like I was just shocked. And they were just telling me that I was speeding down the road and I should be looking out for kids and stuff. But even if I was looking, it came up behind a parked car. Like that's what I mean. Like
Yeah.
if I saw a kid there, I'm not going to step on my accelerator and hope it runs out in front of me.
And
Like,
you'd also been on the road you were coming down the road
for ages.
long before he came out.
Yeah. So when you're going down the road as a parent, you say, "Jimmy, careful, there's a car coming." And if you don't hear that as a kid, if you've never heard that as a kid, you've got shit parents, or you're not or you've been hit by a car, because that's what you say to a child, isn't it? You tell them to be careful when there's a car coming. Oh fucking no, this cunt just fucking goes ahead of me, and said, "Oh, you got bad driving." He's been doing it before, didn't he? He said, "Oh, it's not the first time he's been doing it." Blah, blah, blah. I think it's because I used to play my music loud. But But like, I was turning it down in the close, and then like as you're parked, like just before I'm on my phone, like it's like so people just naturally get pissed off, and they're just trying to find a reason to have a go at me. I'm not disrespectful at all when it comes to neighbours. Like I'm genuinely not in this house anyway. But yeah, so that happened, and yeah, they had a dog there as well who was on a lead.
He's ready to go for you, mate.
And I think there was a point.
Oh yeah, he was
where I
like,
tried
is
chatting back.
there going to be a problem, mate?
Yeah, I tried chatting back and saying, "Well, the kid just came out in front of me," and he was like, "Well, look, are we gonna have a problem with this, or are you just gonna listen, or something like that?" And I felt like I was like,
Man.
but yeah, that was that. We just had our neighbours just hated us. We had a few house parties.
Oh
didn't we?
God,
So
Mr. I won't say his actual name, but we'll say Mr. Blue from across the road.
I don't know his name.
The one that was very interested in our cat.
Oh,
But look, we're not even scratching the surface with stories about the old house
They're all
we
about
lived in.
them. Yeah,
So
literally, yeah.
there'll be plenty stories yet to come.
2 cups, 1 mic, that's makeshift.
So I was listening to the H3 podcast, and I've not listened to a few because I've been busy. And they were talking about is it Idris Bella or Idris Della?
Idris Elba.
Idris Elba. I know who he is.
Idris Della.
But they were talking about him being the next James Bond.
Right.
And a lot of people are having a go at him because he's black. And people think James Bond should be white. Mm-hmm. It's interesting just saying, he didn't want to be James Bond. There was a public poll and he won it.
Yeah, everyone
right?
linked into the role.
Yeah. So he tweeted something. He was like, the name's, what's his last name?
Elba.
Idris Elba. Like to tease that he might be James Bond, but it's just fun.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's like a worldwide meme, like that he's the next James Bond. He might be, actually. I think he'd be a sick James Bond. But they were watching a video of Katie Hopkins.
Oh, God.
And I didn't know it was her at the time. And halfway through listening to this video, I was like, I want to hear Katie Hopkins' opinion. And,
really?
Then I looked, because I was like, it sounds
You
like
ever
her a
want
bit.
to hear
Just
Katie
she's
Hopkins?
fucking stupid. And so what I did, I went onto the video version because I was listening to the podcast version and saw it was Kate Hopkins. Right. And the stuff she was saying, mate, she was saying something like, oh, it's not because you are a gentleman of colour, it's because James Bond is white. Like,
what was she talking to Idris Elba?
She was addressing him in a video.
Oh, right.
Like, she was like, Idris, you will not be James Bond. You will not play James. I promise you, you can play it if you want. And
horrible,
basically, the main point I wanted to talk about is she was saying how she was trying not to be racist, and she was saying it's like, imagine if she played someone Mandela, like Welly Mandela or someone, a black slave, a really famous black slave.
Nelson.
No, it wasn't Nelson Mandela.
Oh.
She had the same surname, and they were saying this is Ethan on the podcast was saying how she's comparing herself to being a black slave. That's non-fiction.
Yeah,
James Bond is fiction. She's like, would there be an outrage if I became a black slave? She didn't say those words. She said the name of the slave because she would be like, that's about race. James Bond isn't about race, it's fiction. Not once is it like, it's not trying to show history. So she's just thick. I just think that's such a bad point. Like,
that is a poor point. But people's argument is James Bond is a white man from London.
oh, is he now? Yeah. Is that?
I'm not saying I agree.
No, I'm joking. Yeah, I can see where they're coming from, but there'd be no problem.
That's
if
what
he's
he's
black.
written as.
Why can't he be black? You can't put the fucking Katie Hopkins as a slave because slaves were black.
Yeah.
And it's history. It's non-fiction. James Bond is a fictional character. He can be whatever fucking colour he wants. He can fly. Like, you're not changing history.
Yeah.
Or something that's happened. Oh, I don't know.
But I think the next James Bond should be the best man for the job.
He'd be sick, James Bond.
Yeah, I think he's a very good actor. But I don't agree with this whole, the next James Bond should be black.
No.
The next James Bond should be the best
it shouldn't be
actor
black.
to fit the role.
I think now it should be, if it's anyone, got to be. The thing is now, it's such a taboo now because if they now cast it as someone black other than him, then they'll be like, oh, you just wanted to find someone black. Do you know what I mean? And if they have someone who's white, they're going to be like, why couldn't he be it? Because he's black? So I think they have to go with it, to be honest with you.
They will get criticised whatever they do.
But there are some things that, like the Doctor Who being a woman, I'm sorry, but I don't agree with that. When there's been 11 doctors,
So
that's
why?
we need to go by the book and go for the women because that's otherwise we're going to get slated. Like, no, you don't. Like, that is something where it's a little bit far gone. Like
It does look forced.
It is forced, 100% forced. Everyone's like, "Yes, Queen, yes, Doctor Who." No, that's just not right. Do you know what I mean?
So is it not right? They chose what's her name, Jodie Whittaker.
I don't know who it is. Like,
or is it not right that a woman plays the role of Doctor Who, or is it not right? Or are you saying they chose a woman for the sake of choosing a woman?
I think they chose a woman for the sake of choosing a woman. How many male actors, up and coming actors, would love to be Doctor Who?
Yeah.
So many. They chose a woman because they felt like they had to, and I think it would make a statement because the series is fucking dead. That's why they chose a woman, to become relevant again.
I did stop watching once Peter Capaldi started.
Started. When
Matt Smith was the last one I watched.
Matt Smith? Which one was that? The skinhead?
No.
He was after David Tennant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, Matt Smith, I didn't watch any of his.
Oh, really? I really like Matt Smith.
Nah. He's a good actor. But yeah. Scott, do you mind just putting the guard out so the dogs can come through and go outside?
Everybody gonna see this on YouTube.
LGBTQ. What's the Q? Is this something about the paedophiles
Maybe.
that are like...
I think that was a joke that got
Really?
taken way out of proportion.
Really?
I hope,
I got into a debate about that.
because it would be ridiculous if it was.
I mean, I can
To be
understand
added.
where people are coming from in terms of that. There's so many paedophiles that exist, they just never act on it. They just can't help it. And that's the point I was trying to fight. Because people were like, paedophile. It's not, but it's not in the LGBT. It shouldn't be in that community.
It's illegal,
It should
isn't
be in
it?
a mental health.
So,
It should be a mental health thing. Yeah.
Paedophiles, eh?
There's actually a paedophile sex ring somewhere. 300 priests. It's another thing I heard on the True Geordie podcast. I really recommend listening to podcasts.
It opens your mind a lot, doesn't it?
100%. Really, really does.
I've learnt a lot since listening.
Especially Joe Rogan's podcast. He has such good guests.
When did you start listening to podcasts?
I started listening to podcasts. It'd have to be the True Geordie podcast.
Really?
And it actually was properly. It was an away game. It's Man United versus Crystal Palace. I went with Jalen.
Oh, yeah.
And I listened to a few on the way. And that's when I started listening. Then I started getting into H3, but like a year ago maybe. I've listened to a lot. What about you?
I think I started in 2012. First
Fucking
time
hell.
I listened to podcasts. The first podcast I ever listened to was the Yog Pod.
Yeah.
All those Yogscast OGs out there. What a podcast, man. That was my introduction to like just the podcast app in general.
Yeah.
And then, or just iTunes, I think it was then.
Really?
Yeah. And then I started listening to football podcasts. So then the first podcast I listened to that wasn't the Yog Pod was called The Football Ramble. I still listen to it today. It's still the first podcast I click on when it comes out. Love those guys so much. And then from there just grew and grew different podcasts. I listened to the Halfcast podcast quite a while, which is Poet and Chucky. Don't listen to that as much now.
I just don't see how you can get into podcasts, just like without them being like every podcast I listen to, they're all YouTubers.
Yeah.
So
well,
I can't get to like someone through a podcast. I can get to like guests like really well.
right.
I don't know. It's hard. Me trying to find a new podcast is
Yeah, when you
difficult.
find a new podcast you like, it's so satisfying.
Yeah. I listen to every H3.
I've got too many now though. I can't get through them all.
Really?
I think once I get more hours at work and stuff, I will.
Yeah, see, I work at a place where I can just listen to
Yeah.
it all day. So, like,
But it's
9
like,
hours just...
say I work Thursday to Saturday, I only listen really to and from work. And then
Yeah.
if I work at close, and I'll listen to it during my shift.
Yeah.
And and then I might also listen when I'm in the bath.
See, I can't
other
listen to
than
it
that-
anywhere else but work.
Really?
I don't even like listening to it on the bus or something if I'm ever getting a bus. Because I'm not that much of a bus wanker like you.
Do you not like listening to podcasts in the car?
No, I've only ever done that once. And it was Josh Peck and Yvette Nicole Brown.
Oh, I know that person.
That is
that's
not my problem.
That's her.
From
Yeah.
Jake and Josh. And I listened to that on the way back from Bexley Heath after seeing my girlfriend. And it was really, really soothing. I then tried to come off the motorway. And I got this guy was trying to undertake me in his Mercedes.
Fuck's sake.
And as he's trying to overtake me,
You're so
he's
petty,
like
man.
he's like looking in my window. No, I
Right.
didn't do anything wrong. Because he was trying to undertake me, and I was
Yeah.
coming off the motorway. I did look as well. He was just going so fast in his Mercedes. In the UK, you can't undertake; you can only overtake. So he shouldn't have been doing it. And he overtake me the right way because I was coming off the motorway. And he looks at me. I don't think I've told you this.
I do not recall this story.
And then like, I'm looking at him, I just screw him, and he keeps on looking. So I'm like, F off, like, right? Because I'm coming off the motorway. And then he literally goes like this.
Oh, you think?
Right? And I'm not even joking. You can ask my mum. I told her straight away, Laura, everyone. So I come off the motorway. He comes up in this Mercedes. Like it's like I'm like driving and that like 50 coming off the motorway now.
Yeah.
And he's like trying to keep up like that. So he's going quite fast and braking, like trying to keep up. And then it's like I'm just ignoring him at this point. I can't see you, I'm alright. Right? And then as I'm coming up to the exit of the motorway, it's a big roundabout with 4 sets of traffic lights.
Right.
So it's red. It's red.
Oh, no.
So I'm like, oh god, slowly brake because I'm still moving. And then he comes next to me in the traffic lights, and he's like going like this, like
You just
like I can hardly hear him. And what do? I put my window down.
You
like,
idiot.
Like I'm like, oh, let's have another conversation. Like, why did I do it? Right? But
should have just kept looking straight forward.
Anyway, this guy, I put my window down, he put his window down. He was so angry. He was so angry. He was like, you're calling me a fucking wanker, yeah? You're calling me a fucking wanker? And I was like, I can't remember what I said. I kind of like sniggered. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, just fuck off. Like, look at you. Like, calm down. Like, what's wrong? And I was like, I said something like, you were trying to undertake me. Like, I couldn't see you going too fast. Like, chill out. And he was like, it antagonised him. So he was like, well, you fucking what? You fucking. And I'm like, what, green light? Like, go. And as I know how the system works, so one light goes green, the next one goes green, the next one, and the next one. So it was just one big red, and I had to go off, like not the last exit without going back on myself. So the whole way around the roundabout, he's like next to me, and I'm like, look at you, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you? He's like, pull over, you fucking wanker, pull over.
Oh my God.
So I'm just laughing in his face, and I go off, and he like revs off on the very left and just leaves me alone.
Wow.
But he could have probably stabbed me. He looks that angry.
August 22nd, that's the birthday.
The death penalty.
Mm-hmm.
Should it exist in the UK?
In the UK, yeah.
Yeah.
But after like a good 50 years of someone being in prison. Actually, no, it shouldn't. It shouldn't.
No?
Because people want the death penalty. It depends, man. I don't know. People do. You hear people on death toll, they just want it to end. They want to die.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
When they know they're going to die, or when they're in a life sentence?
When they're on death row.
Yeah.
Like, then they have life. When they have life in prison.
So when they've got a life sentence, people just would rather die.
If you had your whole life in prison now, you're telling me you don't want to live your whole life in prison or have a death penalty in like 5 years? I don't know. I'd want a death penalty.
I feel like I'm quite a hopeful person.
What would happen if you raped 5 kids? You ain't getting out. You're a monster. That's how people get life.
Oh yeah, it's hard to put yourself in that position, really. Isn't it?
Yeah, but what, would you want to live the whole time? Like, you wouldn't.
Well,
If you're in like a high
yeah, I
security
feel like
prison.
if I was someone that killed a load of people and got a life sentence, then I'd want to end my life.
But that's the
But
only way you're
me-
going to get a life sentence.
Me now,
Life.
as an innocent man, if I got given a life sentence, I'd probably try and
Well, you wouldn't get a life sentence
fight
if you're
for.
innocent.
Yeah, I know.
The only
That's
reason
what I'm
you
saying.
get a life sentence is if you're doing something disgusting.
Yeah, but it's hard to put myself in that position to make a decision whether I'd want to go through that sentence or not. You know? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean, but
If I
why would you want to live your whole life through prison and not just end it?
Because there's that chance you might not.
What? You get out.
Yeah.
You're never getting out. Life sentences don't just get taken away from
I
people.
could escape.
You're being stupid now.
Am I?
Yeah.
It happens more than you think. There's people like dug themselves out with plastic spoons. El Chapo has escaped like a billion times.
I mean, look, each to their own, but
So you don't think it should?
I don't know. It depends on the. I think it shouldn't be like a life sentence and death penalty. It should just be death penalty straight away. You're about to die.
Right.
Because then people think, oh, if I didn't have this, there might be a way of getting out. But if someone's on death row for like 50 years and then gets a life sentence, then gets a death penalty after all that, that's something to look forward to. But if someone says to you now, if you've done something sick and someone's like, you're under arrest, blah, 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 you've got a death penalty next week, your life crumbles. Because you haven't got the chance to live in prison and your chance to, like, your life to rot away. It's just taken like that. I think that's when it should exist. If someone does something that sick. Do you know what I mean? Because living life in prison for the rest of your life in horrible conditions is worse than death. 100%. If you don't socialise, like if it's bad.
Yeah. I don't know where I fall on it, honestly.
I just think I feel like I'm at prison at work, mate.
For God's sake, you're in that bloody phone this episode.
Got to apply for my student loan. Haven't done it
Yeah,
yet.
put it on snooze.
I didn't.
You're definitely going to forget.
That's all right. I'm enrolled anyway.
You know what? Whatever the cheaper option is, do that.
Well, what do you think?
I think no, because I don't know. Because I used to think, and still do, if you take someone's life, why do you have a right to keep your own? Right?
Yeah.
But I don't know if the answer to death is death. That's not resolution by killing that person, is it? And I'd like to believe that people can change. But
Yeah, but that's not going to happen, mate. Well, honestly.
I feel like you're a bit too far gone by that point.
If somebody murdered a member of your family,
Yeah, and then it
got let out
becomes
saying this person's
personal.
changed. Yeah. Again, you're right about you can't be and you can't. You have to be in that position.
Yeah, it is
I
a
don't
tricky
know.
one.
Why is there some uproar about it? Well, somebody got the death penalty, didn't they, in this country?
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, they got executed with a load of different a cocktail of drugs.
Oh,
With one of them like poison.
all right.
Yeah. I think it was this country. Definitely was.
It is
Like,
interesting.
other than America. Oh no, I think it might have been America. For the first time in like a long time, it was.
All right.
Don't know what they did, but do you know what I really like watching?
What?
Is like paedophile hunters.
Oh, to catch a predator.
Yeah, like the live Facebook ones. There's a guy at a bus stop, and he's just a wet guy,
Yeah.
and they're filming him, and you just see him crumble.
I find this really interesting as well.
So good. To
There was a
watch.
guy called Anxiety War on YouTube,
Yeah.
and he'd like go on Facebook, pretend to be a young
Yeah.
person, arrange to meet up with them, and he'd wear these like spy glasses
Yeah.
and record it all.
Yeah.
And yeah, just seeing these guys like, I'm not here for that. I don't know what you're talking about. And it's like, yeah, I've got all the
when they-
messages printed
when
out
they
here.
Print it out.
And then he starts reading them out, and then like, no. And then and sometimes, and he's like, yeah, I'm just calling the police now. And then they'd like drive off, and there'll be like a car chase and shit.
Really?
Yeah, and it was really entertaining stuff. There was one time he pretended to be a 13-year-old boy, but he's like 6 foot odd.
Yeah.
He's got like a beard and shit, so he's like clean shaven, wears like young clothes.
Yeah.
Somehow this guy doesn't clock or doesn't say anything about it. He's proper creepy guy. You should watch it. But yeah, and then like this guy takes him up into the woods and shit.
What?
And then he's like, yeah, you know I'm not 13, don't you? And he's like, yeah, I kind of guess. Whilst they're like in the woods and they have this like really awkward face off. Yeah, it's fascinating, but really hard to watch as well because of how awful it is.
Yeah. I don't find it hard to watch. I love it.
Really?
I honestly love it.
I feel like I'm just constantly cringing.
Well, it's like, I like to know that somebody's doing something about it.
Yeah, and yeah, you get that sense of justice.
Yeah,
you know?
that's why I like it. I don't like seeing somebody's life crumble away, but when they're trying to fuck a like a 14-year-old girl, and my sister's 14, so it's a bit more personal.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
maybe we should do an episode of
careful
hunting for paedophiles.
I was actually thinking about that. Should we?
No.
Imagine.
It's literally illegal.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because you're a vigilante. Taking the law into your own hands. There was a guy on Good Morning Britain. Yeah, Piers Morgan was giving him a hard time.
Really?
Yeah. And you know, whatever Piers Morgan says, you listen to.
And just one last point. I watched that Jason Cundy.
Oh,
Obviously,
yeah.
my mate after the last podcast.
You put in the comments like, I stand for Jason.
No, the comments were disabled. Obviously, your boy checked. But obviously, Jason Cundy, did you mention it?
Yeah, about being sexist.
Yeah, I agree with him.
Yeah, I do to an extent.
Like, don't want to be a woman.
I think it's just a preference.
Yeah.
I don't think he's sexist for it, but I do think you should also be open to change.
Yeah, I don't turn it off. But if you've just been raised hearing a certain... if I was raised listening to a woman speak over a football match, I would not have a problem with it. And I would not want to hear a guy speaking over it. But these women know what they're talking about. They're not being thick. I mean, I don't like some male commentators. I think they speak bollocks. I'm getting a cold really bad. But it's just... I don't know. I mean, I suppose it is sexist to a point. But you've seen
If
me
he
die.
said-
I'm literally dying now.
Should we wrap it up?
I mean, you can finish your point, but... yeah. I
No,
mean,
that's fine. We'll wrap it up there.
I'm so sorry. I'm going to stick a tissue up my nose and just...
Are you allergic to dogs or something?
I don't know what I'm allergic to. Maybe it's Lucozade. Maybe it's you.
Maybe.
No, look.
Uh,
It's weird, isn't it? I've always used to like do that with myself.
well, cheers. Thank you for watching. If you have made it this far, I don't know what you're doing with your life.
You know, this is
Honestly.
the point when no one listens to me. So
Yeah, I know. We could say anything. I fully support Donald Trump. Like, he's a top guy.
I actually don't mind him. In all honesty, I don't. People say, "Oh, you said this." Like, half the stuff he was going to try and stand for, didn't do. They always lie. He just did it to get votes. And he's a great businessman.
That's a discussion for another podcast. Subscribe for more. Listen on iTunes or Spotify or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Anchor's quite a good one.
And we'll see
And
you
YouTube.
and we'll see you in the next one.
Goodbye.
Taylor about the fucking flex.
Makeshift park every Wednesday, August 22nd.